is going on, everybody? This is going to be a follow along morning cars routine. So we're going to go head to toe cars, hitting about 3 to 4 reps each way. Again, with your cars, your intent is trying to make the biggest, smoothest circle with whatever joint that we are working, isolating that part of the body. As you move your joint through the greatest range of motion that you have, there are 2 sensations that I do not want you to feel. One would be joint pinching or closing angle pain. So if I was going on my neck here, I'm turning, I go to tilt, I get a pinching sort of sensation in the neck. Or for example, if I'm bringing my shoulder up and I'm getting a pinching pain in my shoulder joint, all right, on the closing angle, that is a no-go. Please do not proceed through that. The next would be any sort of nerve, weird, tingly stuff. Oftentimes, if this does happen, you'll get it in the shoulders. All right, so if I'm going through my shoulder car here and I start to rotate and I get weird shooting numbness going down my arm there, all right, what I would have you do is just first try to make it a little bit smaller of a circle so it's not painful, or if the whole thing is painful, you are getting that feeling, please just go ahead and move on to the next joint. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get started. All right, so first is going to be the neck. All right, before we start our neck carb, we want to create just a little bit of tension running through the body. If this is the early morning, I'd say keep that tension 30 to 50%. All right, is this before a workout, right, you may be able to go just a little bit higher. All right, so starting at the feet, I want you to get those feet into the floor, send that tension from the feet through the shins, into the knees, through the legs, into the hips. All right, now starting at the fingertips, create that tension through the hands, through the elbows, through the shoulders. And lastly, inhale and pack air down to the lowest portion of the abdomen. So now we have a radiation going on, or full body tension. All right, closed fist, starting with the neck. First move, chin going straight down. From there, I'm going to trace my collarbone, look off to the right, tilt that shoulder, and then extend, chin and head up, rotate to the left, drop that chin down, keep that circle going this way. Alright, that is 3 reps. Let's now go ahead and go same thing the other way. Good. All right, guys, so that is the neck. Next things we got is the spine. It's the exact same motion. All right, now we just get a lot more vertebrae, to play with. Biggest thing on this one is we keep the hips and lower body still. All right, so we're not swinging the hips, all right, or hinging at the hips as we go ahead and move through our spine. I'm going to give you a little bit of a side view so you can see my entire body. All right, same thing, create that tension from the feet up, hands down, pack air, tight through the body. Cross the arms. We'll then go ahead and round, think bit by bit, flexing down upon yourself. And once you have maxed that out, we'll then rotate to the right, turning that logo on your shirt. Once you have maxed that, tilt that shoulder down towards the heel, and then extend, lifting, making yourself nice and tall. Rotate to the other side, tilt, and now flex down upon yourself, continuing the circle that direction. As we go through these cars, think about keeping everything the same tempo. So if I'm arbitrarily moving at 1 mile per hour, I'm keeping my 1 mile per hour speed the entire time. All right, come back back up to a tall position. We're now going to go the other way. Round down upon yourself. Rotate off to the left. Tilt that shoulder. Extend. Make yourself nice and tall. Rotate. Tilt. Start to flex down on yourself. Don't lose that connection from the feet to the floor. Keep those hips nice and still. Last rep here, guys. And great. All right, guys, terrific work. That is the spine. Next thing we got is going to be the scaps or the shoulder blades. All right, for this motion, you're going to start with your hands down by your sides. Biggest thing with this, I want to see the hands glued to the thighs. They cannot come off, and the arms are going to be nice and straight. All right. The first part of the reps, I'll face the camera. So the first movement is thinking about spreading your shoulder blades apart. Again, just taking note, my hands have not slid forward. They're still glued to the sides. From there, I'm going to pull those shoulder blades up to the ear. Now from there, into the spine, like I'm pinching a pencil between my shoulder blades. Hold that, and now slide those shoulder blades down to your armpit. Out, back up, in, back down. Out, back up, in, back down. All right, we'll go the other way. Down, in, up, out, back down, in, up, back out, down, in, up, and back down. Cool. All right, I know that can be a tough one to see. I'm gonna go another video of me shirtless facing away from the camera. If you feel good with your scap cars, just go ahead and skip that part. All right, and go into the shoulder, the next joint. All right, so same cues, hands by your sides, arm nice and straight. First thing, we are protracting or spreading those shoulder blades apart, up to the ears, into the spine, down. Great, that's one. All right, let's go the other way, guys. Down, in, up, back out. Arms stay straight, hands stay glued to the thighs. All right, next thing for us is going to be the shoulder. The shoulder, just like the hip, is a ball and socket joint. All right, so there's going to be rotation in the joint as we make a global rotation or that circle there. So I'm starting on my right side. You can start with whatever side that you like. All right, so I want you to think about getting those feet in the floor, tension, all that great stuff. Left hand will make a fist squeeze. Right hand, open palm, arm straight. From there, I want you to spiral your arm outwards. Imagine as if you were holding money in your hand. Now, arm staying straight, come up and across. Think about trying to not drop that money. Eventually, you'll get to that overhead position where your arm turns in, all right, hitting your block. Just take note, again, I'm not arching my spine to get to that overhead position. I can no longer flex the shoulder. From there, I'm going to internally rotate or spiral my arm in as I reach back. Keep spiraling in, keep reaching back. You'll finish back of the hand, park towards your body. From there, hold that position and reach directly back. And once you have hit a stoppage point, which is there for me, now start to then spiral around as you come back up, retracing your steps, coming across. Now we try to hold that money again and back down. That is one. right, last rep here, guys. See if you can get a little bit more out of this. Again, with our cars, I think we are spraying WD-40 all over those joints. And great. All right, we will keep it rolling. Moving to the other side. Same thing, irradiate. Create that tension from the floor up through the body. Inhale. Pack air down into the abdomen. Tension from the hands, arms, to the shoulders. Let's squeeze that right hand. Rotate that left hand out. Come across. Rotate. Spiral that arm in as you reach back. From there, reach back like you're trying to touch that wall back off behind you. Spiral the arm around, come up, across, and back down. That is one. You'll take note that my shoulders are probably just a little bit different, and that's totally all right. Cars, as much of a training practice, is also a way to explore your body, explore the range of motion that you have. Which again, on a daily basis, is going to promote long-term joint health and performance. All right, spiral that arm in, reach, 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 reach. Great. Returning back the other way. Again, same tempo, same speed. Doesn't matter how long it takes you to get to your end position. And good. All right, guys, moving on to the elbows, right? So elbows, it's a bicep curl and a tricep extension, right, with rotation in the forearms. With this, I want you to think about keeping those biceps, elbows kind of glued in, right, as if you were squeezing something between the armpits, all right? Irradiate tension through the body. First thing, rotate those forearms out, then squeeze into as much of a bicep curl as you can. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. From there, rotate like you're turning your palm down to the floor, and then start to squeeze that arm straight. Almost before you would lock out all the way, rotate back out, and now we are back into our reps. All right, let's reverse the other way. So think of rotating those forearms in as much as you can. Now, like you're doing a reverse curl, squeeze. Now rotate out, keep rotating out. Straighten that arm, almost. Rotate in, squeeze, reverse curl. Keep trying to rotate those forearms as you squeeze that curl out. Rotate back out, squeeze those arms straight. Last one, rotate in, squeeze, rotate out, and good. All right, guys, next is the wrist. The wrist we will do individually. And the biggest thing with the wrist is now we are trying to separate movement at the hand from movement at the forearm. All right? So if I'm going on my right side here, same thing, I'm bringing that elbow into my body. Now make sure as we set ourselves up, we don't side bend, right, and try to move something else to move the wrist. All right? The next part of this, imagine that you were a waiter and you had plates on your arm. You want to think at no point in time would you be turning the arm or dropping the plates, right? We are no longer moving at the wrist, that is movement at the elbow, right? From here, thumb goes into the side of the hand, we got a nice open palm. First move, go in towards the pinky, then close the space from the back of the hand to the forearm. Now go towards the thumb, and then back up and around. That is one, we'll go 3 more. Now we go the other way. again, guys, with these reps, does not matter how long it takes you to get there. The benefit of the practice comes when you take the time to go through your greatest range of motion and control as much of that as you can. And terrific. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we are on to the other side. Arm is out. You are a waiter or waitress. Do not drop those plates. Ninja thumb off to the side. From there, we're going into your pinky. Close that space towards the thumb and back up. All right, let's go ahead and go the other way now, y'all. Last rep. Again, take your time. All right, so we're now going to go ahead and move to the lower body. Right, for this version, I will be doing standing hip cars. If you do know another variation and you don't feel like doing standing, or standing maybe isn't a great option for you, please use whatever hip car variation that you would like. The cues more or less still apply. So if I'm going on my right leg here, I'm going to use my left arm for support. The left leg is going to be my support leg. I personally find it, if you're using a wall, especially if you struggle with balance, if you can lean slightly into that wall, that puts you in a little bit more of a stable position. You are more than welcome to do that with little support if you feel like you have good balance on this leg, or if you really feel like you have good balance, you are more than welcome to do this without having support. However, I do not want balance to be the limiting factor. So, if I'm rooting my left leg down to the floor, right leg is off the ground. Right? From there, I'm going to bring my leg across and now hacky sack, or imagine like I was trying to feed a grape with my foot towards my mouth. From there, once I can't hacky sack and pull that leg up anymore, I'm going to then drive the leg straight up. Now from here, right, I'm going to bring that leg out to the side, rotate the thigh in as I kick back, kicking back around, and I'm bringing my thigh with my other thigh. From there, I'm going to kick back behind, bring that leg out to the side, rotate, spiral that heel forward, across, down. That is one. Leg comes out, come across, spiral, try to feed that grape to yourself, open, rotate as we kick back, 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 back. Great. Bring that thigh back behind, out to the side, pull that heel forward, rotate, rotate, rotate. Keep coming across and back down. One more rep. Notice I'm doing my best to keep my trunk nice and still. Just moving this leg across and back down. All right, for the sake of the space in my apartment, I'm gonna use the wall on this side to go on my left side here. Again, you're more than welcome to support yourself on either side. This is just what I'm doing with my space constraints. Excuse me. All right, so right leg's gonna be down on the ground. Left leg is my working leg. Bring that leg across your body, spiral, pull that heel towards your mouth, try to drive that thigh up, open. From there, spiral that thigh in as we kick back, 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 back. Bring that leg in, now back behind, out to the side, pull that heel forward, up and across, back down, and good. That is one. That is two here, guys. Doing awesome. With cars, there's a big tendency, I find, to try to do it right. Don't think about trying to do it right. There is no right or wrong. Everyone's hips are different. Just thinking about doing it to the best of your ability. If you are trying, you are doing it. And great. All right, guys, terrific work. Next couple joints, we're going to be on the ground. All right, guys, so next for us is going to be the knees. The knees are similar to the elbows, right? We all know that our knee flexes and extends, but the knee also should be able to rotate in and out. With this one, we're trying to separate movement at your tibia and your femur, right? Or your thigh bone and your shin bone. So for this, I'm actually gonna first go over just doing some rotations in the knee, right? Heel's gonna stay on the floor, shoelace to shin. I want you to take your hands, put them on the outside of your leg, and that way you can feel if that femur or thigh bone is going to move. Dig that heel a little bit into the floor, and then I want you to swivel your shin back and forth. Or what I like to explain is that if you had a terrible tattoo of an X on your shin, try to turn that tattoo across the floor. All right, terrific. So now we'll go into our full reps. From there, hands are gonna go in the back of the leg, bring that knee off the floor. Just taking note, depending on your mobility and what position you are in, you do want to have enough space to clear your heel, to kind of clear the floor. Sometimes there can be a tendency to have your leg down and you can't flex the knee all the way, which is what we want to do on the car. So again, just make sure you do have enough space. You can mostly flex your knee and that heel isn't on the floor. So first part of this rep, I'm going to go ahead and turn my shin out or towards my pinky toe. Hold that, squeeze that leg straight. When you can't go any further, rotate that thigh or the shin bone in, pull your heel back down to your butt. Rotate back out, squeeze that leg straight, spiral in, pull back down. Let's go one more that way, rotate out, squeeze that leg straight, rotate in, and pull back down. All right, come back to that neutral position. We're going in, squeeze that leg straight, use that quad, rotate out, squeeze, use your hamstring, pull that heel to your butt, keep that hamstring engaged, rotate into the towards the big toe, squeeze that leg straight, rotate out, squeeze, find that hamstring stuff, rotate towards the big toe, shin in, squeeze that leg straight, rotate out, and pull back in. Cool. All right, guys, same thing on the other side. We won't do the shin rotating. All right, we'll just go right into the full reps. So hands, back of the leg, shoelace towards your shin. Turn that shin bone out towards the pinky toe. Hold that as we squeeze the leg straight. Rotate in, pull that heel back to you. Rotate out, squeeze that leg straight. Rotate in, pull that heel back to you. Un más this way, rotate out, squeeze that leg straight, rotate in, and pull back down. Great, all right guys, bring to the middle. Let's go ahead and rotate that leg out towards your shin bone, or excuse me, towards your big toe. Squeeze that leg straight, rotate out towards your pinky toe, pull, squeeze, use that hamstring style. Squeeze, 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 squeeze. Rotate out, straight that leg. Rotate it out, pull back in. All right, last rep, let's go ahead and rotate in towards your big toe. Squeeze that leg straight. Rotate out towards your pinky toe. And pull back down. All right, love it. We are moving on. So to the right side here, we're doing the ankle. Ankle, right, very similar to the wrist. We are now separating movement at the foot and at the shin or your tibia. I like to think about using my heel as a point of reference as I'm doing my ankle movements. All right, so that way you know the whole foot is moving. All right, we are not just moving the toes to move at the ankle joint. So let's take if I'm going on my right leg, right hand, I'm gonna go ahead and choke hold my leg, then take that left hand, boom, put it over that gross looking tattoo that I imaginarily had on my shin. From there, think about pulling your shoelace towards your shin or getting your heel away from the body. From there, back of the foot, think about showing it to somebody towards the side of your pinky toe. Hold that, think about gas pedaling or pulling that heel back into you. From there, bottom of the foot, show it to somebody towards the side of your big toe, and then go shoelace to shin. All right, that is one. On these, you're gonna might hear my ankles pop like crazy. That is completely all right if your joints pop, especially if they are unpainful. All right, terrific work, guys. Let's go ahead and go the other way. Again, take your time, biggest, smoothest range of motion that you can. Show those ankles some love. Cool. All right, guys, moving on. Same thing left side. So left arm, choke hold. Grab that leg, right hand, boom, right over the shin. All right, from here, shoelace to shin. Show the bottom of the foot towards the pinky toe side. Gas pedal. Pull that heel in, right, or show it towards the side of your big toe. And then we are retracing the steps. Again, use that heel as a reference point. There is a difference of moving just the toes and moving the entire foot or the ankle. All right, terrific work. Let's keep it rolling. Other side. All right, cool. Before we go ahead and finish up with the toes as our last joint, we're gonna go over the spine again and now do some cat-cow and segmental cat-cow. So for this, you're gonna be in a hands and knees position. First part of this, we're just gonna do cat-cow. So just using the entire spine, arch, which is cow, round, which is cat. Arch, round. Alright, so now let's go ahead and go into the segmental version. Starting at the tailbone, alright, we're going to try to move each little vertebrae one at a time. Palms are reaching through the floor, starting at the lowest portion of your spine. Now working through your belly button, your lower back. Now working through your middle or upper back, lift your sternum, and eventually the chin and eyes are going to go up. Back to the tailbone. Tailbone goes under. Belly button to the ceiling. Cave that chest in. Going back again. All right, guys, last thing that we have is the toes. Now, if you've never done this before, it can be quite difficult. Don't get discouraged. Our culture and shoes don't really promote having great control over your feet. It will get better with time. So, for this, again, try to keep that foot flat to the floor. There's a big tendency to roll the foot as you do this. We're trying to really just isolate the toes. So from there, the first one, keep those lateral 4 digits down on the ground. And we're just going to lift the big toe and place it back down. Same thing, lift, place back down, lift, place back down. We'll go for a few more reps here. And good. All right, guys, so now we'll go big toe stays down, lift the lateral 4, put them back down. Lift, back down, lift, back down. And good. All right, so now all 5 digits are up. From there, big toe, I'm going to tap and then bring back up. Again, doing my best to keep the rest of the foot still. Get one more of these. Sweet. All right, so now big toe stays up. We're moving the lateral 4. last one here, guys. All 5 digits are up. Now starting at your pinky toe, try to one by one put those digits down to the big toe. From there, starting at the big toe, now one by one, try to lift those digits off the ground.